G'day guys, back with another round of Facebook Scrabble games, and Facebook have changed their games things once again, so, well, I don't really notice any change. It's just now called Facebook Games Room instead of whatever it was called before. I think was it a beta? Might have been a beta. Alright, so let's go on with these ones. Jedi's looking very nice here, if I can't think of anything else. Now, you might be tempted to play Jest for 38, and while it's not a terrible move, it's a nice scoring move, obviously, it does allow your opponent to use this. And basically, unless they picked up so badly, or they're playing so badly that they never... they don't have any vowels, they're going to take that spot and they're going to get a minimum of 33. So the less the less easy opportunities you give to your opponent, the better your chances of winning. So Jedi, it gets rid of 2 of my vowels and leaves me only with this. This isn't bad. It gets me more anyway. In terms of thinking up things that... are there any bonuses? I don't see any bonuses on the board. This JGD is kind of difficult. In terms of other moves, probably thinking maybe there's something through here. I can't think of anything at the moment. I know that if this was an S, I'd have rigidest or rigiest. Jaeger through here might help. But it all sort of comes back and it's like, oh, well. If I could, look, I'd prefer to play like, to play JDG for the same score. But that's not going to happen. So we'll just go with that one. Ugh, that was a bad pickup. And you might say, well, I would have had the I. Yes, I might have had the I and then my opponent would use it. So what will probably happen on that move is I'll probably just play the QI off. You might think, well, that's a waste, but my other options on the board are actually quite terrible. So we'll get to that. So that's yeah, it'll probably be 32. I'll get to that in the next round. Let's go to this one. Yeah. So last turn, wow, my opponent just. I just dumped G after just a rack that looked okay, but couldn't really decide what to do with it. As it turns out, my opponent's bonused. I've got a much easier decision this time. Probably Les. So D and T. So these are kind of equal. I'm losing by a lot, actually. So... I just made a final check for any bonuses that might be on the board that I might be missing. Don't think there are. So I want to keep the board as open as possible. And I think this is slightly better than keeping T and D, because T and D kind of means you need another E. So this is better because it leaves this open, it's left this open, it leaves this open, it leaves this open. So and it leaves this open. So, and this is open. So there's a whole bunch of spots. So also, I have the advantage that, leaving that. So, oops, can't think of any. And why would I not play that? Well, it doesn't score as much. Why would I not play here? Just because it's harder to. It is literally because it's harder to block. So let's play on that one. Good. Okay, we didn't get an unlucky pick. So quaintly here will work. So that'll be my next play. Keeps it open. I'll actually be ahead at that point, but I want it to be open. So look, if my opponent comes back with a bonus, then I've got a response. What if they take that spot? With an S, if this was an S, I don't think there's actually anything there. Yeah. Anyway, let's go here. Let's, yeah. Now I'd set this up, oats here. Stoa. Now, Stoa is a good one to know. If I was greedy, and there's no reason to be on this game because it's a casual, if I was greedy, I'd probably be playing like trying to get milk the most out of this, working out what my opponent has and playing there, but I'm just going to play out so I can play the next game. So they've given me a better spot, so I might as well use it. Almost, oh wow, look at that. It's almost this like beautiful little hook. I mean, I could play adopt if I wanted to be fancy. 24. Oast will be the best. 16. So even though that was 24, the calculation is 24 minus 2 because the S is on my rack. So whatever's left on your rack is doubled. And then I go, well, can my opponent get 6 points? And the answer is yes, because 6 is the difference between 16 and 22, the new score. So if I reckon they could get 6 on any tile, even without thinking, then it's better to play out. Query is a very obvious play here. I think Equerry is good. Query. Not much to think about there. Was there any other ones that I didn't think of? I mean, I did play that fast, but there's not really much to think about when it comes to it. Queerly, which I should have thought of, but look. See, now looking at it, they're the same. L's slightly harder, but it's actually better to play. I think it's better to play the double letter because it's harder for your opponent to come back with a bonus. One, because these are R's and it only takes the E under here. 2, gives you them less letters to play through because there's more double ups. Let's go to this one. This is the Cocaine Oceanic. Decanoic, I think is right here. In fact, I think I'm 100% on that one. I think Oceanic here. I'm ahead, so now because I'm ahead, I can afford to block out the board. If I wanted to be fancy, I could maybe find something in here, but I don't think there's any benefit because I think Oceanics is good. So as an example, it counts for me. This is nowhere near a word. I'm just making an example. So it'll be 86, whereas Oceanic here, 77. Look, I reckon if I could get it and maybe get it there, I'd give it a go. Cornucopic. This is almost cornucopia, isn't it? This word. No. Cornozoic? No. Chronoic? Coronatic? No. It's almost like this co-rotation. It's this double C's again that does give me problems. Cochinera. So I had an E or an R. Just thinking of other things I could play. I think Oceanic's going to be my best anyway. I'm going to look this up. Focaccia. Oh, maybe there's a better play here. Maybe I can get the C here. Is it ancomic? Nah, I think I'm making things up. Yeah. It's almost organic. Volcanic, ever had a V? So even if that was like, that's nothing. Yeah. Well, let's go and learn something, shall we? Even this, I don't like this. Just creates opportunities for my opponent, but. No scowly face. Okay, good. Let's have a look. Conica. Oh, just as I wrote that down, of course, I see conical. Achronic. Oh, I thought of that. I thought of that phonetically, but misspelt it in the previous video. Laconic, oceanic. So that was the only two. Achronic. Go away. Achronic. It was the same score. Same score, same danger. So, not going to beat myself up against that. What about through the FE for fun? No, nothing. And the. Was it OR? Accordion. Oh. I couldn't play it. Sweet. So, I didn't miss anything. Decanoic, obviously. Not going to play that into a triple lane when I'm ahead by so much. Yeah, great. Let's go on to the next one. Instantly, I'm thinking like, oh, here. Like that's an okay move. Oneira here, just as it is natural, is good. And Oneir, I believe, is also good. So these two, and they have some nice properties. Well, at least Oneir. I believe you can put the M on the front. So, I-croon. No. So, this is a common. This is a very easy way to find something when you've got this Y-double-E. Just chuck the I in the front and see if you can see anything from the remaining letters. Because once you've done this, this is only like 24 combos, and even less because I've got doubles, but I can tell that there's nothing there. Maybe Oi is a better play. The reason for that is it makes it harder to triple, mostly. I don't think I worn is good. Well, you know, I wear, I worn. Making things up. Like, yeah, there are plays you could use. You could play like weenie, double. If you wanted to be safe, but look, it's the start of the game. Oh, I can't even play this. So this is not a bad play. In fact, yeah, I would say this is probably superior, even though it scores 2 less. And the reason for that is, well, there's quite a few heavy tiles still out, like the X, the Z. You know what? I'm actually going to play it here. Mainly because the Z, as I just mentioned, Z. Hey, this is and I've just realised this is a word I don't know. The Z goes very nicely there, and it just makes it harder. If my opponent does have a nice play through here, I still get the opportunity to use the spot. I don't quite have the letters to block this out. And I can't really think of anything that, completely kills the spot. There's nothing there, so okay. This Wincy I think is good. Wincy. One of those you got to be careful on. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. No scally face, I didn't miss anything. Thinking if there's any bonuses in there. Can't think of anything at the moment. So I'll probably look at playing like Wound or something. I'll probably look at blocking this out this next turn. Maybe this is better. You might be tempted to play, say, Wound to get a little bit more score, but it doesn't. It's not. It's probably the same leave. It's probably not bad, but for 6 less points, you get an almost unblockable bonus next turn. Yeah. Alright, well, that's it for this round of Scrabble games. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.